Hey guys, this is Mark, and I wanted to talk briefly about schizoid personality versus autism spectrum disorder level 1 because the two are similar, and I think it's possible in some cases that the individual may have been misdiagnosed with ASD level 1 when in fact it was more of a schizoid personality thing. So I'm sure that's the vast minority of cases if that has happened, but I've kind of seen it, and I've worked in this field for a long time. So we'll contrast and compare the two, and then you can just decide for yourself. And I'm not suggesting that you've been misdiagnosed, but you may want to explore the possibility if you think that schizoid personality fits you more so than ASD level 1. So schizoid personality and autism spectrum disorder are two different conditions that affect a person's social and emotional functioning. But they have some similarities and differences that can help distinguish them from each other. So let's look at both. As most of you know, schizoid personality is a type of personality disorder that is characterized by a lack of interest and detachment from social relationships, emotional expression, and enjoyment of activities. Does that sound like you? People with schizoid personality prefer to be alone and have little or no desire for intimacy or affection. Does that sound like you? They may seem cold, aloof, or indifferent to others, and may have difficulty understanding or expressing their own feelings. There you go. Does that sound like you? That's schizoid personality. Now, let's look at autism spectrum disorder. As many of you know, that's a neurodevelopmental disorder that is characterized by challenges in social communication, interaction, and behavior, as well as restricted and repetitive interest in activities. Now, people with ASD may have difficulty understanding and responding to social cues, emotions, and nonverbal communication. They also have sensory issues, unusual perceptual experiences, or special talents or skills. Does that sound like you? Okay, now here's the main difference between schizoid personality and ASD. The main difference between schizoid personality and ASD level 1 is that schizoid personality involves a lack of social motivation, while ASD involves a lack of social capacity. So we're comparing social motivation versus social capacity. In other words, people with schizoid personality choose to avoid social contact because they don't find it rewarding or satisfying, while people with ASD struggle to engage in social contact because they don't have the necessary social skills and emotional literacy. Another difference is that schizoid personality usually develops in adulthood, while ASD is present from early childhood. Now there's a gold nugget right there that can help you differentiate between the two. If the issues that you have now as an adult, you had those same issues as a child, I think it's pretty safe to say that your diagnosis is correct and you have ASD level 1. If your symptoms developed in adolescence or early adulthood, you may want to explore the possibility of getting a reassessment. Now, the similarities between schizoid personality and ASD are that both involve social withdrawal, emotional detachment, and unusual or restricted interests or behaviors. But these symptoms may have different causes and meanings for each condition. For example, people with schizoid personality may withdraw from social situations because they're just indifferent or bored, while people with ASD may withdraw from social situations because they're overwhelmed and anxious. So as you can see, the diagnosis of schizoid personality and ASD level 1 is very challenging and complex because both conditions can vary widely in both severity and presentation, and both can co-occur with other conditions, for example, anxiety, depression, and so on.